YouTube, what's up? I want to show you guys some of the stuff that I've picked up the last month or so. I've sold a whole bunch, but I've also been buying. So definitely still collecting, but it's a more refined palette for diecast. I'm only collecting no more Hot Wheels, very little Matchbox, mostly going to be just replica cars. So I've got these. I've found a bunch of these. I think I've purchased about 4 of them, down to my last 2. Found that tonight. Old Hobby Lobby. Someone left that. I can see why. Little piece of junk. My trip to Denver this past weekend, I found a whole bunch of square bodies. Apparently, they're not that popular in Denver, because I found these 2 fleet side, and I found 4 step side. Also found that. This one has been hanging at my desk at work. But along with all these square bodies, 5:30 at night at a Walmart in Parker, Colorado, I also found this. Beautiful truck. Little bit of bed tilt, but not as much as what you see on eBay. Man, they all look horrible. This one's not quite as bad. It sucks because the bed on this is perfect, and on this it's perfect. So anyways, that's the type of stuff that I have found. And then over here we have a whole bunch of other Greenlight stuff that we're going to look at, because Greenlight has been crushing it lately. So hang tight here for just a minute. I'm going to try to get situated. I'll put the Ultra Red back because quite a few of those square bodies are sold. Alright, so I think the gist of this video is going to be to demonstrate how aggressively Greenlight is bringing out these new castings. So we're going to get into those. Here is one of the Matchbox cars. I will still buy Matchbox. This is awesome. Subaru Sambar. Pretty scale accurate too. I think that's right on point for 1:64. Might be a smidgen too big, but awesome little casting. Just needs some detail. Nice wheel choice too. So I bought 3 of those at an antique mall in Denver. I picked up this. This thing is unbelievable. Very limited. Only 672 of these made. And it's basically a Greenlight convention car. It's not a car that you're likely to find. Very, very hard to find. But it's so nice. And this one is also sold. So as we get into these Greenlight cars, well, we might come back to this one a little bit later in the video. I'm going to do the castings that they've had first. So we'll start with this Fox body. It's an old Greenlight casting. This is the latest release from the anniversary collection. Very nice looking 5.0 GT. It's a great casting. Very nicely done. This is easily, without question, the best Fox body tooling in 1:64. Another one that they've had out for a while is this Ram Charger. And I've had a duplicate on my desk at work, but I just sold a bunch of my Greenlight stuff, and we just had some carpet laid down, so we had to tear our desks apart, so I brought a bunch of stuff home. So I figured I would just crack this one for my collection. I love that casting. Let's see. I'm not going to go too in depth with this Land Yacht Safari Airstream. This is the third release of this casting. Two of the three look identical. The middle release is a weathered, beat up, unrestored model. But really cool casting. And the Series 1 release of this is really hard to find on eBay. So this is the B-body Chevy Caprice. This is from Home Alone, from the Hollywood series. It's the first time we've seen it with this light bar. And being from the movie Home Alone, it's a generic, unlicensed police deco. But it is based off of the New York Police Department. So it's basically a nice tooling with another livery. I'm really looking forward to some civilian models of this casting, though. All right. This one here I think we've all seen a few times. This is the F350 Power Stroke Super Duty. Great looking casting. Greenlight with these late model trucks. Some of the best 1/64 castings out there. Very, very cool. It's a true dually. And I love it. I love these F350s. So that's pretty awesome. This one's been out for a while, but still relatively new. This is the Nissan Titan XD. This is from the all-terrain release that just came out. I like this one because of the two-tone. It's an orange on gray. Tinted windows, side view mirrors, lensed headlights. Really nicely done. And just like all the other late model full-size trucks, lens headlights, painted taillights. Nice stance. So that's pretty awesome. You'll notice most all of these have civilian deco. There are a few that don't, but I'm a big fan of the civilian deco. This is one that doesn't. And I got this car because of this Gulf deco, because it just looks real proper on this casting with the black wheels. A little bit different rack too. Doesn't have the wood rack, more of a metal. And they released this one without the hitch. Might be the first time this car's been released without the hitch. The hatch does open. Very cool little casting. And then the last one that I think you guys have all seen is the new Dodge Durango. This is the SRT 392. I had this one and I sold it. I sold a big lot of cars, and this was included in that lot. And I've seen a bunch of these lately, and this is just one of those cars that you gotta have in your collection. I could see this casting in 5 years pulling some good money. Same thing with the F350. Itchy foot. Anyways, really cool car. The lensed headlights, painted taillights. And the color is not very good for videos, but it's very, very sharp looking. Taillights are painted. However, they almost pass for lensed. Definitely painted, but they're so well done that you can't tell. So I really like this. I think I might like that better than the Ford Explorer. And then the SRT 392 has this hood on it, a little bit different than the other one. And that's only been out a few times with the civilian livery. So now we're going to get into some of the brand new toolings. All of these have come out within the last 12 months or so, with the exception of the square back. That one I think has been a little bit longer. But let's start with the 1978 Checker. This is a hobby shop release, so with it you get the little gas pump. I do collect the little Greenlight accessories, got quite a few of them. This has probably more detail on it, I think, than some of the other gas pumps I have. Here's the car. It very much reminds me of a Johnny Lightning, except for the fact that it's accurately scaled. But the stance and the overall design of the casting, it just reminds me a lot of Johnny Lightning. The detail on this is quite a bit better though. Got weather stripping around the windshield, got trim around all the windows, really nice grille. The wheels are a lot more detailed than what you would get with Johnny Lightning. I think Johnny might have done this car, not positive, but it's pretty cool little car. And if you're a taxi collector, there aren't many 1:64 scale United States based taxis out there. There's a whole bunch of like Japanese based taxis. So that's a really cool casting that is brand new. Also, this one, this is a 1970 Mercury Cougar that comes with a little lady. This is also from Hobby Shop. And I passed on a Greenlight Muscle Mercury Cougar Eliminator today, and I ended up getting this one. I like this one better just because I like the color. This is not the Eliminator. This is the base. I think it's just a base model. But it's a really nice civilian livery. Great color. Almost looks like if Auto World were to put this out, I think it would look similar to this. And this had the flip headlights. But Greenlight did, in fact, do a translucent lens taillight insert that runs across the back of the car. That is not paint or a tampo. That is a plastic insert with a tampo on top of it for detail. Really nice stance on the car. That's where Greenlight has been struggling on a lot of the new castings, is with the stance. I don't see any issue here with this stance. One other thing too that I noticed about this car that I find very impressive is check out the hood. That's an opening hood. That's one of the best shut lines I think I've seen on a Greenlight. Greenlight cars typically don't close up that nicely, but this closes up as good as any Greenlight car that I've seen. So really cool car. It's like a metallic light blue color. The wheels, I think, look pretty good. Some nice detail there. So I like that car. And that leads us to the last two. Probably my two favorite. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this trailer because Greenlight has done this before, although they don't do this one all that often. Just a little enclosed utility trailer. But here, this is a brand new casting and it is sick. This is the Jeep Wrangler Unlimited. Now there are some things about it that I love. Scale and proportion look great. Stance looks fantastic. It is the only Jeep casting, and they have probably 6 different Jeep toolings. The CJ5, the CJ7. They've got a couple late 80s. They have like a mid 2010. So they have some different toolings, but this is the only Jeep tooling that does not feature lensed headlights. And I'm not all that upset about it because I've had so many Wranglers where the little lens headlights pop out. Like it's become a pretty big issue. The hood is a separate piece. Does not open. Really nice side view mirrors. The back of the Jeep looks great. In this case, we have the tow hitch, a full-size rubber spare, and then we have the raised brake light behind the spare, which is accurate to the car. They do that on the two-door Wranglers also, the late model ones. And then this is a hard top. It wouldn't be a Jeep without a removable top. Underneath you have the roll bar, or actually a roll cage, and it just looks fantastic. I don't know that they could have done any better on this casting. It looks that good. So for me, I'm just debating whether to take the STP logos off. I think I might, but you run the risk of taking off the door handle or the blue stripe on the rocker. I love this casting though. This is just a great casting. Really dig it. I like it in this light color too because it allows you to see the body lines and the silver wheels instead of black. It just makes everything pop. So big fan. Big fan of that. It might be the best new casting that they've brought out. Although this next one, this is the last one, this thing blew me away. I've seen pictures and I've thought, there's no way it could look that good. Because Auto World does this casting too. I think the Greenlight is better. Probably the only crossover casting that I would say that about. And this is the 2018 Ford Mustang Shelby GT350R. This is a brand new tooling. This is from the new Greenlight Muscle series. The sculpting on this casting is unbelievable. The lines, they just did such a good job. The stance on it is on point. It's all painted detail. Tampoed headlights and taillights. You've got the dual exhaust. Look at the spoiler on it though. I mean, it's so good looking. And the wheels, let's see if I can get... So the wheels are like, what is that? 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're 7-spoke deep dish wheels. I can't wait to see these wheels in silver. This car, to me, might be their nicest tooling that they've ever done. It's that good. Not my favorite car, but it might be the best replica that they've ever done. That's how good this casting is. And the black stripe with the red pinstripe on it, on that yellow, it just really pops. So here's something that's always a concern with these late model cars with hoods like this, like the Dodge Charger, the shut lines on the hood. But on this, it looks pretty good. I love this car, you guys. This thing is just way better than expected. Way better than expected. And just to go back, here's the previous Mustang casting, which was a decent tooling, but it was a tooling that was notorious for flaws. Whether it was offset headlights or whatever, it was very rare that you would find one of these with a nice civilian deco and no flaws. So I think Greenlight outdid themselves on this new Mustang casting. It's unreal nice. And that's it, guys. That's what I've been up to. Hopefully you guys like what you see. There's a lot of cool stuff from Greenlight, and they still have a whole bunch of stuff that hasn't hit yet. They're doing a third gen Ford Bronco full size. They've got the Jeep Commander coming out. Man, there's so many, I can't even keep track. The Volkswagen Golf, those are actually out. Just so many new castings. They're just... What's frustrating is that some of them are coming out really nice. For example, the Durango or the Mustang. Some of them look great. Some of them are okay. I think this casting's okay. The new 1970 Monte Carlo, it's okay. But some of them, like this, are just great. The Titan is great. The Wrangler Unlimited is great. Just seems real hit and miss. So, anyways, I'll try to keep you guys posted. And with new stuff that comes out. And that'll wrap it up. So thanks for checking out the video. I will holler at you guys at the next diecast video.